Hey guys, and welcome to the Prophet of Gaia, Season 2, Episode number 15. Sorry, cat distracted me. If you're just new to this game, it's a little bit confusing if you haven't seen any of it before. We use a very unique system that's based off of the old Cortex system, which is ascending dice order for how good you are at things. So it starts with like a D4, and then a D6, and then a D8, and then it just sort of makes its way up from there. And you can pretty much stack it up to infinity, D12 being the max, and then multiple D12s. So that's sort of to give you an idea how it works. Otherwise, stats are relatively simple. You can see them on our little displayed character sheets. And if you have any questions, we do have a little chat at the end of every session where we can go over that stuff with you. Otherwise, let's get right into it. So, last time, the team investigated more of the biome and experimented with some of their new abilities while trying to make some headway on repairing the dreadship Ares. Meanwhile, with preparations for Milo and Hilda's wedding underway, the team does their best to wrench their way out of the despair left to them by recent events and get ready for the celebration. Meanwhile, Sly and Rurik have not been invited to the wedding due to tension with the rest of the colony and are now nimbly making their way to the forge with the intention of making better use of their time. So the best thing that we have going on right now, to my memory, is Leo was getting a suit made.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Sly was
sneaking out with
sneaking out with
Rurik.
Rurik. So, I don't remember exactly what
Juvenile.
Sylvia and Annika were doing. I know, because I think we had like a 2-week gap here or something. Or feels like it was.
So Sylvia, I think last I saw, I was like, we had agreed that she could control my issues, and then I left to talk to Jenkins and did that.
Yeah, you did that. You talked to him about his very strange.
Yeah, and then
very
I told him to see Hex about it. I think.
And he went to go try to find Hex.
And then that's like the last thing I remember doing.
I was going to go be a florist for the wedding. I was bringing all the flowers.
Right, so you collected flowers. Just go ahead and give me a general botanist.
Can you hold the phone? Because I haven't logged into this thing yet.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll let you roll that whenever you get in. Meanwhile, Leo, you had just finished talking to the suit maker, the tailor of the place.
Are we going with next day, like in the morning, or like talk to him?
You had talked to him, I believe, the night before, right?
And then I was going to bed.
Were you were you sleeping in the big thing? And I had you roll for how many points you got back, right?
Not yet.
Okay, I think it was a D10.
What do I roll for flowerage?
You get 1 point. You have 1 point.
The best part is that's what I rolled last time too.
Yeah. All right. Well, you got 1 point. Sorry. So what'd you say, Nikita?
What am I rolling for flowerage?
Just go ahead and roll alertness, and then roll your botanical expertise, just to see how good of flowers you can find for the wedding.
Alertness and botanical. And then I had life sciences and biological shit.
That'd be the one.
That's engineering.
Ah, well, just roll either one of them. It should be the same thing. You're an expert in botanical sciences, so.
Oh.
24. There's some badass flowers.
Hey.
Like, you've got Lyra just like with armful, bushelfuls, and you have the bear just like taking them back and forth between the field
servant
and to
bear.
the edge.
I dig it.
Yeah, you just like strapped like hundreds and hundreds of flowers to his back, and you're bringing him over.
Cool.
And at the
What was the bear's name again? Does anybody remember?
I think Nikita named it. Like,
No, it's
Good
like
luck.
it was named after the sound it was made.
I gave it its science name. I didn't give it its like common
Whatever.
name.
Yeah, I named it whatever. It's like,
Like-
it was
like
something similar to
the
its
sound-
Wiki or
the bass
the-
sound
the
it made for it imitate. Yeah, it was
Whippy?
Whippy.
Whippy. Whippy.
Hey, we did it. We remembered a name for once.
His name's Whippy. All right.
Whippy.
Whippy the bear.
I said
So,
Whippy,
Whippy the
you will be
bear.
my squishy or whatever.
You will be my Whippy. You will be mine, and you will be my Whippy.
Wait, no, Weepoo. Weepoo, you will be my Whippy. Something like that.
Weepoo, the Whippy.
Yes.
All right.
This game
not
is dumb.
important. It's a dumb game. He's a bear, and so you guys train him to do a whole bunch of stuff. So he's bringing the flowers for you. So you and Lyra get a nice armful of flowers and start making your way towards the main atrium of the dread ship, where you guys find, once you arrive there, that most of the citizens are setting up just a mismatched array of chairs, and like most of them have just been pulled out of just rooms and housing around the place. So mismatched kitchen tables and lounge chairs, recliners, whatever they could find, just stacked around in what they could get as close as possible to rows. And then you see a small archway that is where they are currently trying to use some of your old flowers that you had left there when you had done your planting to try to decorate it and make it look nice as you arrive. So, you are the first one on the scene there, and I believe I told Annika that she woke up and she's like, oh yeah, I gotta go to a wedding. And Leo, you also shall awaken, and we'll get back to Sly when we get there.
Well, Annika probably does a quick round through the med bay first, check on everybody, do her exercises with Max. She feels like she's been neglecting them a bit.
When you go there to do the stretches and everything for Max, you find that Hilda is with him, and she's currently trying to dress him up and make him look nice. Like she's putting like a little corsage on him and stuff.
Hi.
Hi.
I thought you'd be pretty busy this morning.
Well, yes, but I thought it would be good for him to look nice, and maybe we could set him a little bit closer to the entrance to the med bay so he could see the wedding.
Annika gives it this sort of deadpan kind of look, like, sure.
Okay. So she, continues working on him for a little bit, and then seeing that you need to do his stretches, she backs away and lets you do that.
But Annika just kind of like, is there anything in particular? I don't know a whole lot about weddings, and I agreed to be the maid of honor, but what can I do?
Well, it's a typical Gaian wedding, hand fastening. There's the blood meld and the typical scripture. We didn't want to do anything too extravagant, so we stuck to the basic customs.
Okay.
Has she ever been to a wedding?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like,
You can make me a recall check to see if you remember ever going to a wedding.
I gotta find my character sheet. Where did I put that?
Come on, guys.
I just strained for 3 hours. My brain is mush.
Mush brain.
Recall. That's intelligence and willpower.
Intelligence and willpower.
Which my willpower is 26. Hey, I got two aces.
26, 2 aces?
And a crit.
Not a full ace. Never mind.
No.
I was like, what? 26. To your memory, you have attended one wedding. And you do remember the basics of how it went. There was some scriptural talk, something from the old religion. Everybody sort of played their part.
She's
sort of
mostly trying to
reciting and
remember
talking
what
back.
part the maid of honor played.
The only thing that you can recall that the maid of honor did was, whereas the best man held the rings and presented them to the bride and groom, the maid of honor was the one that tied and hand fastened them, and then the preacher was the one who did the blood melding.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
but you do recall that they were all wearing very nice outfits, and definitely not what you're wearing right now.
Which is my armor.
Hilda does give you like a look up and down before you guys leave the place, and she's like, well, let me know if you have any trouble finding anything to wear. I'm sure we can work something out.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. And
Well,
I guess
you've got a few more hours, so you know.
yeah, I guess Annika will probably go try to find something.
Right.
Yes, she's setting them a day.
Actually, I'll get to Leo in a second. Sylvia, how are you? Are you gonna try to decorate the thing, or join them, or just drop the flowers off?
This is so exciting. Lara, okay, you've never been to a wedding. This is gonna be your first. Okay, so you guys go over there. Take those. We can put them along the archway. It'll be great. Oh, mix those with that one, and then put those over there. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Go.
You see a couple of the guys that are just standing there, just shell shocked at how, like, they haven't seen you in like a week, and you just show up ready to go, wearing
Kind
the
of
flowers,
half naked with a bunch of
and
flowers.
they're seeing you. Your skin just kind of like gives off a sort of strange, like, effect that just makes them sort of stare at you oddly. And then otherwise you're just wearing vines and leaves, and you're commanding them to do things, and they're just like,
I am the wood spirit here to make things pretty. Okay.
good enough for me.
I am not
Starts
compensating
picking up
for
flowers.
some cereal issue. Cereal issue.
For cereal?
Yeah. They just follow your commands. The second
Hella
you walk in there
compensating. They have no
and start
idea.
doing that, they're just like, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you say, boss, and start moving flowers hither and thither. Go ahead and make me a... call it... Well, gosh, would you call that willpower for artistry? Like, for how... Like, artistic?
I don't know.
Well, or like agility for like dexterousness.
D100 for niceness.
Let's do willpower for commanding them to do
Yeah,
right
thanks.
thing.
I'll willpower it.
Willpower
Wait,
and
I also
artistry.
have artistry. Okay, so okay.
Okay, so they start
I'll take
piling the flowers up along the edges. It gets a little bit too bulky because you brought a lot of flowers, and so
Such thing.
the colors get a little bit melded together to the point at which it looks a little bit too festive for a wedding. More like
Such thing.
quinceañera, like with lots of
That's fine.
bright
We fucking
colors.
extra up in this bitch.
But they lay it all out, and it looks nice, and it's well done. And they're very, very nice flowers. So with the extra flowers, you guys even try to create a little path leading down the middle of the procession that is just covered in the littered flower petals. So you have helped create a fairly nice wedding arrangement, but it does take you a couple of hours to get these guys to
That
do
is A-okay. I'm just keeping myself
Um,
busy.
So, Leo, morning you wake up, you feel yourself hoping to be a little bit more recharged than you actually are. But you feel like maybe you've regained just a little bit of what you were missing.
Yeah. Walks across the little ship towards the door to get ready to go start the day, and just first thing is just thud, just like head right into the door. Not hard, just like a shit. Opens the door and heads towards the tailor.
All right. Once you arrive at the tailor's shop, you see that all the men that you had left there overnight are exhausted. Some of them are just passed out against the wall. Other ones are still trying to work diligently, but they're just basically just repeatedly stabbing fabric with needles, doing absolutely nothing. And you see the tailor running around in circles, just swiftly picking things up, putting their hands back on it, and so they go, Back to stabbing. But he's working like a mad dog. As he walks in, he says, "Ah, Leo. What can I do for you? Are you returning for your suit?"
Yes.
Very well. It's done. So it's in the back. There's a label. Take it and have a good time at the wedding. I have much to do here.
I'm gonna look back at him, look down at me. Does it fit over this or no?
No.
Okay. Probably should spend. That's fine. Good job. Thank you. Don't kill these guys. You know.
They're plenty, they have plenty of endurance, I think. Military
Good.
trained, please. This is
I'm
nothing.
gonna go get my suit. Just kind of like, right.
As you're walking by, one of them reaches a hand out and says, "Sir, help
Yeah.
me, please."
Hey, they make sure they get to the wedding too. Like they need a break. They need to shower and get cleaned up so they can go also.
Of course. We're just doing the finishing touches on the last 15 items.
I'm sorry.
And then Annika walks in. I need a suit.
Annika walks in right behind you and says, "I need a suit." She is flabbergasted. Or he is flabbergasted. He's just like, dear me. He looks you over and sees the skin-tight banded metal just wrapping around your body, and like just the large. We lost your audio, babe.
I sat on it. No, she's just like, hang on, actually. And then she's like, Leith, can you turn into a suit? Something snazzy.
No.
Okay. It was worth
The
a
thought
shot.
of Annika requesting something schnazzy.
So yes, just something. I mean, I don't know what people usually wear to these things, but I will sure as hell not do a dress. So something.
Well,
Why not?
you're not
If
giving
we
me a
get
whole lot of
attacked-
time here. I have 15 items to complete and 3 hours to do it in.
Do you have anything just lying around? Like,
Sure, there's some spare cloth and a mistake that I made trying to do Milo's original
oh, it's
outfit.
probably too big.
Make a toga.
That's a dress.
Excuse me. Greek men wear togas all the time. Okay, it's
okay.
not restricted by genders.
Which one of you has crafting abilities?
I do.
She says meta.
Well, I've seen them make.
Oh, you've
That's what it
seen
was.
Sly make outfits.
He made me a
before.
gorgeous
That's true.
outfit out
You've
of
seen
leaves.
Leo make a mushroom blanket way back.
Yeah, I
then.
can make camouflage. I could camouflage you.
Annika wouldn't mind disappearing into the background. All right. Well, would anybody around here like maybe have something I could borrow, like someone my size in the community?
Most people here have one outfit, and then the nice one that they've had me preparing over the past week. So
Okay.
we don't have a whole lot laying around. I'm sure maybe we could make one of your lab coats look fine.
Does her armor or my armor look more like out of place?
Both your armors look completely out of place.
Completely out of place.
Like they're glowing.
Yeah, you know what?
and,
I think I have a lab coat that's not covered in blood somewhere. So
if that would take care of the coat piece, I do have a few spare shirts. Pants, I guess I'll work on.
okay, thanks.
God,
She'll leave to go
that
find
was the
you.
maid of honor. Damn it all. So he goes back to work just immediately.
As I walk out, at least I asked yesterday.
Just
Yes. at
back to
least.
work immediately. So you have your suit in tow, Leo, and it is a well pressed plain suit. There's no tie or anything like that. It's just a neck collar and and just like a nice, clean black suit.
All right. I'm gonna keep that with me, and then I'm gonna go find Caldwell or Hex. I don't care which one. I'm just looking for one of them.
Okay, make me a perception check, which is just going to be alertness and perception. You can use intuition as well, because you're looking for where they might be. Who are you going to seek out first?
It really doesn't matter. Whichever one is closest to where I was. Like,
Probably just go look for Caldwell then.
okay. You said intuition. So I'm trying to remember, like, the sheet here. I'm like, you said alertness and just that perception. Okay. 15. You're muted.
Sorry, 15. Yeah, it takes you a minute to look around, but you do eventually come across. You see Caldwell is currently speaking with a couple of people. People that you actually recognize from the council, one of which is the commerce representative, and the other is the goodwill or morality representative of the council.
Perfect.
So, as you approach, we're going to actually see what Sly and Rudik are up to at the moment. So, the day before, or not the day before, but somewhere in the middle of the night, you and actually that's not right either. What you guys had a pretty high speed going on inside.
Yeah, we were invisible. Well, I was invisible. He's not actually banned from leaving.
Yeah, but you
and
guys
spearheaded.
left just before Sylvia and
Sylvia was still inside.
right, but and then she spent time
We'll do
looking
that.
for flowers. So that would actually put you
So
guys
we were
out
already
just
gone.
this morning, though, because time moves really fast inside the biome right now, because that's what Sylvia set it to the day before.
Okay.
So it was already the morning of, and she sped up time, so she had like a couple of hours to take care of finding flowers. So she left pretty much right behind you.
You said that
Okay.
backwards.
What? No, you sped up time in the biome.
No, I didn't. I slowed down time in the biome. I set it so that it would be slower than outside.
Well,
So she
what I
would
mean,
have
what I
more
mean is
time.
that there's more time
Okay.
in the biome than outside the biome. Does that make sense? Meaning,
Yes.
you spend like you spend, I think it was 2 hours inside the biome. It's 1 minute in the real world.
hmm
Yeah. So you left pretty much immediately after Sly did, because of the time in there.
Timey-wimey.
Yeah. All right, we're back on it. We got it. We figured it out. So Sly, you actually enter the area just around the same time as Annika did. So, or not Annika, Sylvia. So Rurik is just walking through. You actually saw him, Sylvia, just sort of making his way along the path and through the procession, sort of towards the outskirts while people were doing work, but not really arising too much suspicion. Sly, on the other hand, I need you to make a stealth check.
All right. Do I get any extra being invisible or just base?
Just roll the stealth check, but you're also invisible. Yeah, no. Nobody notices you. You're quiet enough on your feet as you move around. Nobody would have any reason to suspect anybody, and with the bustling going on as they're trying to make the preparations for the wedding, there's not a whole lot going on in the trying to receive you department. So, you and Rudik try to make your way over to where the forge is located. It takes you about 20 minutes or so before you guys finally find it. Because Rurik is not entirely familiar with the layout of the ship, because he didn't spend a whole lot of time doing anything other than fighting. And you haven't spent any time on the ship, except for in a prison and in a biome. So,
And that little Dwarven book wouldn't have given me any information on that.
That Dwarven book was all about the use of Dwarven firearms. So as you arrive at the entrance to the forge, you look around, you see the massive machinery, but nothing's lit up or currently powered in any way. So,
is it already clean of rubbish, or?
It's pretty well organized. There's still a bunch of trash heaps and stuff, just scrap metal put to either side. They haven't cleaned the place out, and they haven't connected any of the forges and got them working, even though power should have returned to the sector. Nothing is powered on.
Hey, Rurik, what do you think we need to do to get this baby up and running?
I don't really know, do I? Again, I can forge things, but I'm not much on the technical side.
Well, what do you say we start banging things around and maybe something will turn on?
Sure. I mean, perhaps we shouldn't be banging things super loudly. Because not everybody's at the wedding yet. We don't want them to hear us making a whole lot of racket. But it's a big ship, so we'll probably be fine.
I just say we start connecting some loose wires, see what happens. If anything, Freefall will fix it later.
Aye. Aye. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Alright, so just like... roll
Just randomly-
intelligence. Roll
Get the
intelligence
wires.
and technical engineering.
Yeah.
So roll intelligence.
Just intelligence. We're just gonna be like, that looks like that should go with that color and that.
I should the green wire to the red one, and then the black wire over to the blue one.
First, before I start,
We're gonna go Christmas colors first.
but before I start, I go over comms, and I'm like, Freefall, asking for a friend. If people were to start putting things together to turn power on, is there any colors I should be wary of connecting?
All of them.
For a friend. If-
PowerPoint for Leo.
For a friend, if we connected the wrong ones, would it be irreparable or would it just be a mistake?
That's a good question. Just
Yes?
he's not on comms, he's just whispering right by you.
Okay.
If
Well,
it was one of our ships, I could give you a real answer. It's
are
not
you
one of
next-
our ships.
Do you know more about it, or does Leroy or Jenkins know more about it?
His name's Jacob. It's not Leroy Jenkins, it's Jacob Jenkins.
Um,
Leroy.
They're all the same. The Jenkins bloodline is fucked.
none of us know anything, Sly. Alien ship.
Cool.
We can't even read the language.
So my friend can blame it on you. All right, I want to know. Thanks, Freefall. Beep.
Sly.
It doesn't actually make a noise,
do
it
I-
just says boop over the comms.
Like, wait, never mind. I don't want to know where you are yet. I have other things to do.
We're
And just
in
let
the-
go of the
we're
thing.
in the biome. Where else would we? Do you think we could be? Where? Gone.
In the
to?
background, you hear Rorik going, "I'm going to connect these wires over to here. The forge can handle it." Just like yelling over the comms in the background.
Rorik, shush!
You shush.
Did you bring the outcome? Sorry. Beep.
At least I know where to find you if I need you. Please don't break anything.
So back to 7.
You rolled a 7.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Is this more of a process thing of like progression, or is this we have like 20 tasks and we fail each time we fail or something?
You have a lot to go. And as you connect the first wire, immediately you just or you tell Rurik, you're like, Rurik, connect those wires, and Rurik's like, right, and he connects them, and then you just see his hair just immediately stand up, and he just flies back like 10 feet. You just see his tiny little body just launch across the room, slide for a minute, and he goes, "Whoa!"
I look at him. Need some more coffee?
No, I think that got me just the jolt I needed. I'm awake for the morning.
All right, let's get back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'll give
sorry.
you guys a check every couple of minutes just to see how much you screwed this whole thing up. Yeah. All
Or
right.
made it better.
So, Annika, you have. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back to Leo. You're not important. Leo, you are approaching Caldwell as you finish this conversation with Sly and Rurik.
Just kind of like walk up, shaking my head, like.
Yeah, he was whispering to them for a moment. He nods and he sort of sends them away with a wave and turns. He says, "Yes, Leo."
Sorry, I've been absent. Lots happened in the past. Actually, I don't even know how long it's been. Too many things have happened back and forth. But what do I have to do today? Figure you might know. First off, man of honor. Yeah, best man. You know more of what goes on with these things, than I would.
Wait, what's going on with what?
I'm asking him about the wedding, like what
what's
I'm
going on
supposed
with
to
the
do.
wedding?
Yeah.
Best man stuff. It's like, to be perfectly honest with you, I didn't spend a whole lot of time in the wedding scene myself. I was invited to many high-class weddings, but I didn't pay a whole lot of attention. At the time, it was in my younger days, I spent most of it, how should I say, trolling for bitches?
I suspected as much.
Um,
That's fine.
But to my understanding, the preacher for this particular event is going to be the Moral Committee's chair member. So, if you would like to speak to her, she'll probably be the best to instruct you on your duties. If you were here during the past week, we probably could have given you a better lowdown on the situation, but as it is.
We've made everything else up as we go. Why should this be any different?
Oh, I'm sure you've seen some semblance of a wedding before. It's been the same since ancient times.
But I don't pay attention to other people's things.
Well, that's probably a character flaw you should look into.
Also, it was pointed out to me yesterday on the way to the tailor that there were all these people wearing white. Do you know anything about this?
I have noticed recently that a lot of people have been wearing white, but you and I have a little bit of something in common, being as we both care very, very little about what other people are doing. So perhaps I should work on that flaw as well.
Right. I just thought you may have heard more, seeing as you've been around for a week longer than I have.
I have seen some things, but I suppose that's something we should probably wait till after the wedding to discuss.
Right. Also, armor. Kind of want to keep it with me, but I can't be wearing it and fit into this and hold up the suit.
Ah. Well. I'm pretty sure that most of the wedding, I don't really think you have much to worry about. Seeing as if something were to happen here, you could just rewind time. But
I'm just gonna kind of look at him like,
and he sort of takes you further aside. He's like, "Are you more drained now than you were before?"
I might be able to tell you what happens in the future, like 5 minutes from now, once.
I see. Really, the decision's up to you, Leo, but I really don't have a way of compressing your armor to make you fit into that suit. I'm not a miracle worker,
Right.
I'm a scientist.
No, I know we can turn it back into a disc, but I can't really carry that disc around.
Right. I see. The weight issue. I'm not sure anybody could really carry that disc around. It's quite heavy.
Just like,
I'll try rolling like an intelligence check for him. Let's see if he can come up with a good idea.
I have one. It's just not a good idea.
It's like, based on what I've seen The disc itself is made of metal. If we... No, that wouldn't work either, because technically even if you were magnetizing it and using that to lift it, the weight would still be somewhat distributed upon you yourself.
And I don't think this tool can lift that much.
Well, we could boost the output, but look, this isn't very important to me right
Right.
now.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll find a solution.
Very well.
Right. I'll have to find a solution.
Okay. Well, good luck to you. And please don't bother me unless it's important, because I'm trying to memorize my duties in these proceedings.
So just about anything's important compared to what you're doing right now.
How about you just go back to what you were doing, and I'll go back to what I was doing, and we'll just
Good
leave
luck
it
with
at
your
that.
memorization. Walk out the door.
Damn it. Annika, you are... What you doing?
I go back for a lab coat that looks somewhat presentable, and I bring it back to the tailor to have it fitted.
Okay. The tailor looks you over. He takes one look. Right. We can make this work, I suppose. He starts measuring you in a really invasive way. Just like there's no like care on his face, but he's just like,
Up the crotch, around the breast.
yeah, getting you fitted out pretty good. After a while, a few minutes, he's like, right, well, I'll somehow have this ready for you. And if I don't, well, at least you've got the coat.
Okay.
Right. You can do whatever you want after that. I'm going to roll skill checks for him, and he should be fine, but if he's not, then just going to have to go to the wedding naked.
Crit fail, crit fail, crit fail.
Annika will
lab
go
coat
get some
registered.
food. I don't know. Go to the mess hall. She hasn't eaten in a while.
Yeah, she has
What I
it.
have
And she's like
is-
one of the few people that actually needs to eat in their group. Okay. So you go to the mess hall. Upon arriving there, you see that most of the people that work the food counters are currently working on trying to make some weird bastardization of that fruit that you had found and transform it into a cake. It's currently just looks like a big giant pile of mud, but you see like 4 or 5 women just sitting there trying to push it together with their hands and like palette knives, just trying to force it together. Got a couple of different engineers walking in with metal discs that they're just pounding it into, like cake pans, trying to get it to form into a cake-like shape, but they're not doing great.
Well, she's just gonna ignore all that and look for some grub.
Okay. So as you're looking for some grub, you hear a voice come out from behind. Hey there! What you doing? Trying to steal from my kitchen?
I'm here for some food.
As
May notice it's been a while.
you
I've
look
been
up
out.
at the chef, the purveyor of this place, a large bearded man looks at you with a stern look on his face. His arms are lined with tattoos, and you can tell just by looking at him this is, if not currently, at one point was one of the members of the Space Marines that made up the Prophet's infantry, probably. You haven't even actually met this guy before because you spend so much time not eating, so much time doing a whole bunch of other stuff. But you have heard from others of Ares, the chef.
All right.
You think you're gonna come in here and you're gonna steal grub from me? Hmm? We've got a wedding. You can wait until afterwards, because when you do you know what you get? You get hors d'oeuvres. Hmm?
I've been fighting weird alien nonsense and almost dying in other parts of the ship for like the last 5 days, and I haven't really eaten since then. So I'm gonna get something now, and everybody else can enjoy the wedding food.
Oh, fine. Good, well, you'll have the table scraps then.
Fine by me.
Well, go enjoy some fruit from the tree that you purveyed. I'm sure some of it is edible.
Couldn't be worse than the first time.
He's just giving you this look, like staring down his nose at you. Just can't even wait until the food's prepared. Making this nice meal for everyone.
Almost forgot the first time she ate the fruit. She was on the toilet for an hour.
I was the first one to eat the fruit. I found that fruit. This guy wouldn't be cooking anything if it wasn't for me.
All right.
He can take that fruit and shove it somewhere.
So you sit down and you eat your food, and out of the corner of your eye, you see Chef Aries is attempting very... My God, this is driving me nuts. I was attempting to help them fix the cooking situation with the cake. As he walks up, he slaps a whole bunch of hands out of the way, and immediately he starts putting what looks like powder into it and helping solidify the mud that they are pressing into a cake. And as you finish your meal, you see he pulls the metal plates away, and you have a round start to a cake at the bottom. So look at that. They wouldn't have been able to make a cake, but due to a shout out, their chef is good at things. All right. Look at that. The power. Okay. So at this point, Sylvia is just finishing up her flour preparations. Annika has just finished eating. Leo has spoken to Caldwell, and Sly is just about to try to put 2 and 2 together once more.
More like 2 and 7. So he has no.
So first, before I commits to the next action, I'm sitting there like, yo, badass. What was your job over in the abysmal plane? Did you ever make things, fix things, do things?
Me? I was a knight, Sly. You know this.
I know, but did you do nightly fixes?
I did nightly things.
Anything that did involve killing things?
Sure.
Anything that didn't involve taking orders or pleasing weird mistress queen ladies?
You are perceptive. No, I pretty much encompassed all of my time.
Ah, damn. Parnassus, what about you? You're smart. Do you do things, build things, fix things? Or do you just tell people to do it?
See, he's not a complete idiot, Badass McGee. You were incorrect.
Fuck you, badass!
I mean, he's still an idiot, because he asked.
So, I guess you just told people to do everything. Damn it. Did you ever, when you watched them do it, did you pick anything up? You're like, oh, that's an interesting way he did that.
I don't find myself requiring the need for such. Also, I'm not going to help you. It's actually quite fun to watch you and your friend be electrocuted over and over again. I feel nothing.
Alright. Back to the drawing board. Woo! Oh, God, because I rolled a D45 and got 5.
Go ahead and re-roll that, Schneider. You rolled
D45. 5.
with a D45. I'm gonna go ahead and call that a big fail, dude. So don't even reroll. You rolled a D45. You rolled a 13 on a D45 with a D12 added to it. 7. Yeah. This time you're like, Rurik, put those two together. Rurik's like, hell no, it's your turn. And you're like, fine, I'll do it. And you take the same 2 wires that you put together and you put them together and just fly across the room. You land next to where Rurik was sitting, and he just goes, you stupid fuck! And helps you pick yourself up and dust you off.
Oh man.
Donate. No, it's not donate, it's give points, Schneider.
Give space or just give...
Just give points.
No space.
We're gonna find them as just like a fuzzball of hair, just like standing on end, just like we're not doing so good.
I mean, it's not the worst that could happen.
No. So,
So, alright. Can I do deductive reasoning? Like, after I've failed...
go ahead and
can
make
I-
me an intelligence and deductive. Do you have deduction?
Probably not.
Well, then you can't do
Would that be
it.
under?
Investigation, which should be under perception. maybe?
I have perception.
It should be. He has base perception.
And I
Do-
have 12 sight. You know,
Do
I'm
perception.
looking
It's not sight. Like, yes, you can see the wires. 10.
detail.
Okay. You are now aware that the 2 wires that you put together were the same 2 wires he put together. So maybe you should try putting 2 different wires together. And maybe you should even try a labeling system. All this information just comes to you like a sudden, like, epiphany. You're like, oh my gosh.
Coffee!
Like, it's so simple.
You just needed a jump start.
Alright.
So, time moves on slightly. About an hour passes, and Annika, you find yourself about 30 minutes to an hour before when you expect that you probably need to start getting ready for the wedding. So you check back in with the tailor, and as you approach, the tailor shoves the retailored coat, some rather baggy pants, and shirt to you.
How do I look when I put it on?
Like you're in a fancy lab coat.
You look terrible. You don't look terrible. I guess that's a 10. So, okay, you don't look terrible, but you don't look great. You definitely look like somebody who is going to a costume party, as opposed to somebody who is the maid of honor at a wedding.
This was the best you could do?
Well, it's the best I could get. Are you still wearing your armor?
Well, I mean, no. She would take her armor off to put on something else. But
Oh, okay.
if
Okay.
this looks bad, then I'm putting my armor back on.
Yeah, no. So he's like, if I could just do something with you, I think I could make this work. It's just, you're all mannish.
So,
Point.
If you just, and so he like goes behind you and he takes the coat and he just like pulls it tighter in the back, and like takes the pants and like tightens them up behind, and he's like, see, does this feel good? And it's like uncomfortably skinny on you, like this is, you don't wear clothes this tight unless it's the Under Armour battle mesh that you used to wear back in the military days. But it like presses your body against the cloth, you know, pushes your breasts forward, and like you feel like it's sort of wedging you in uncomfortable areas.
Does it look better?
Yeah, it looks better.
I mean, it's fine.
It's like, well, sorry. It's just when I was measuring you,
Beauty is pain.
when I was measuring you, you seemed very uncomfortable, so I tried to. But we'll do it right this time. Give me 20 minutes. I can trim this and resew it in a jiffy. As long as the coat hangs below, it should cover the back pant line. So,
Okay.
okay. I'm gonna roll and see if he actually does a good job this time. Okay. He rolled ones on the first one. He rolled out 2 1s and a 10. So.
Oh shit.
I would have done better.
Probably.
I should have
yeah.
gone to find fly.
Your agility skill is really high.
Yeah.
Um,
And I actually have crafting.
He has like a D4 in agility, but he has like really high
Yeah, crafting or artistry, whatever.
artistry. Yeah. So
I got both.
you spend your time, guys, doing whatever you'd like to do. Just describe what you do for me the next 30 minutes. Each in turn. Whoever wants to go first.
I'm still trying to make everything pretty.
Make me another artistry check. With willpower.
Okay. And
No, do alertness this time. Alertness.
just alertness.
Well, alertness and your artistry skill.
Okay.
21. You're doing a really good job. You're starting to put this thing together. The chairs were organized in such a terrible way that you're like, no, 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 no. And so now you have the large recliner chairs in the back, and you have them going by size and theme order from back to front.
Yes.
And you've also reached the point where you have them in relatively straight lines now. And you like slap the soldiers and then say, no, this is not how you organize things. You're in the military, you should know better. And then you see Lyra walk right past after you slap them and say, no!
Lyra, honey, dude, don't hit people.
It's like, I learned it from watching you, Mom.
You didn't. You can scold people, fine, but don't hit them, hon. Use your words, your hand, your face. You know.
And she's like, they don't understand sign language, Mom. This is the only thing they
That's
listen to.
That's actually a good point. We could set up some basic classes so they understand basic sign language. I think everybody should learn it. It's very useful.
We have one member of the population who doesn't speak.
And in those moments when we can't make noise, like there's bad guys and you have to be silent.
We have Sly.
They've never been silent.
I mean, that's both true. But I mean, Larry does have that too. Anyway, I'm just prettifying things, and I mumbled to myself, I should have been a wedding planner.
Yes, you should have.
I guess I'm the only one on this ship.
You'd still be on Gaia.
All weddings come to me.
That's great. So
Hey, those people make a good fortune.
So I get the bright idea from the theory of watching him do the same thing that I did and learn that that's not the right thing to do. But I was like, huh, I know. Monkey see, monkey do, but different. And I was like, hey, Roy, go on channel 28 on comms.
all right, switches to the channel 28.
Go to a part of the ship that has power working. You tell me what chords are put together and what aren't, and I'll do that.
You, sir, are a fucking genius. And he goes.
I know.
And he trots off and finds the nearest area where things are lined up. You guys see, like somewhere in the middle of this 30-minute span, you see Rurik just walking around looking sheepish, and kind of like he's like pseudo trying to be sneaky, but like not, and just like, and just like you see him like
Checking
scoot by a
things.
wall, obviously, and sort of like take off towards the front of the ship. So, Annika, what do you do during the 30-minute span?
I think she just tidies herself up a bit, maybe catches a shower and does her hair and tries to look somewhat dashing.
Less mannish.
She doesn't care.
Combs her hair up, makes herself look relatively nice. And then that'll take your 30 minutes, yeah. And then you return to the shop, I assume, and you get refitted, and you look pretty okay.
Okay.
You look like you're wearing like a long white tailcoat. And then a white shirt with a high collar and black pants.
Okay. I look kind of like a waiter.
Kind of like a waiter,
A
yeah.
reverse penguin.
or a stage magician.
Yeah, reverse penguin suit thing going on.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Leo, what are you doing with your 30 minutes?
Goes back to the ship, very carefully, like undoes the armor and just lets it fall to the floor.
Yeah, he's
Doesn't-
just like
just like-
twist and dodge.
Yep. And it was like,
Um, Where do you do this at?
just inside off to the side. So like
Of
the
what? Of what?
the Protean ship.
Oh, the Protean ship? Yeah, you detach it, it just hovers in midair.
Just be like, perfect. Carefully take off like the mantle, set it off to the side, just kind of, carefully do that. And then
Yeah, the
gets
mantle
dressed up.
twists into a little disc as well, so you just got 2 discs just sort of floating.
It's like, good. Puts on the whatever type of clothing. It's not technically a tux, but, gets dressed up and then, make sure it fits, buttons everything, but then immediately just goes out to find Milo. Doesn't even stop to like hair, nothing else. Just like, okay, I'm dressed. Onward.
Okay, goes out to find Milo. So,
Mhm.
Annika's dressed. Sylvia, you finish the final touches. Leo, you're going to find Milo.
It's beautiful.
Sly, you get a call from Burrick. Alright, I'm at the main controls. I'm pretty sure that these wires are connected properly.
I'd imagine so. The power's on, right?
Right?
I think we're good.
Alright, now tell me what to do.
You tell me what to do,
What do you mean? I can't see what you're looking at.
but I can't see what you're looking at.
Well, don't you have like a mind link something? We can look at it through each other's eyes.
I can't do that right now. I'm tired.
What? You're too tired? Well, maybe we should have taken a nap before we came all the way out here.
Oh yeah, that would be so easy, Rorik. Yeah.
It's perfectly easy to take a nap.
Not for me. Do you know? Can you take a nap with 2 different people in your brain?
I never had a person in my brain, but I'm
Okay.
pretty sure that we could make it work. We would have.
Oh, yeah, you would think. Okay, you look at a wire and be like,
Alright, I'm looking
This-
at the wire. It's a wire, and
and
it's connected to another wire, and it
What
goes
wire?
to a thing.
yes. What color of that wire that's connected to other said wire that you previously said?
They're all black wires. They're all covered in some sort of coating.
God damn it, Rorik! This is a terrible idea. Why'd you think of it?
The 2 warriors trying to fix something.
Look, alright, look. So this wire is on the top here on this console, and it's on the top of whatever this is over here. So maybe look for top to top, bottom to bottom, and then we'll figure out the middle as we go along.
Alright. So I go top wire to top wire.
Alright, there's like 4 top wires.
Is there any way that could tell like which one would be like the tippy tap of the 4? Like
It goes
one
left to
that's-
right, and then it's on the top.
Yeah, but you said there's 4 of them that are on the top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any way to tell like which one would be the like if it's a circle like this, which one would be the top of the wire of the 4? Would I be able
It's
to tell?
not, it's not a circle, it's a straight line. With
straight
4.
line. Oh, so then left to right.
Yeah,
Essentially?
left to right.
Okay.
Or it
So I
could
can
be
see
right
the-
to left.
Yeah.
Or perhaps in their language, you start at the middle and go both ways.
Okay, well, I'm going to start middle left with middle left.
Middle left with middle left. Okay? You go to the next console, that's closest thing to hook it up to, and it's just a straight line up and down.
Does it have 4 wires?
No, it has like 12 wires.
Wait.
And the other console that you're looking at is not just the top row has 4, but then it has like 16 going straight down.
Yeah, I just want
16 rows of 4.
real quick. I just want to connect the first 4 row
All right,
4.
so you're going to take the top one and connect it directly to that one. Roll me a technical expertise
So just intelligence.
intelligence check.
7 again.
You go and you plug that one directly in, and you wait. Nothing happens.
Like, well, nothing happening should be a good sign. Rourke, I want you to test something for me.
Hey?
Cut one of the wires.
Hell no!
And no, what the? Cut
This
one
is
of the
all
wires.
working!
I know.
What if I cut
Exactly.
one of the wires and then we lose all the oxygen in the ship? What if I
It'll
cut
be
one
fine.
of the wires and the entire thing explodes?
It's like half a second. Cut one wire and reattach
The one
it
you're
instantly.
working on, the wires you're touching only do the forge. This one is the power of the entire fucking ship.
People think it's like a quick malfunction.
Yeah,
I'm not
that
telling you
was
to like.
what, like 120 volts? That's like a power outlet. If I tried to cut this one, I'm cutting into primordial energy. I might die, Slay.
Touche. Okay.
I think I'm gonna
Scratch
cut it,
that.
actually. Let me
Bad
cut it.
idea.
I want to see what happens.
Like, all right. Well, I'm just gonna do. Okay, so this power like area over here to the console thing over here. Does it look like it's just attaching to a power generator or like a regular console?
You
You know what I'm saying?
No, repeat.
Like, in theory, just say like, here's the main power cord. And it has like all these little wires that go pew out, right? And then those little wires that go pew out go into like little pew power generators in each room, right? Would that be a thing? Or is
Maybe.
it like
The room itself has power, just none of the materials do.
no, the equipment have
No,
power,
the equipment has power.
but like the lights are on?
Yeah, so there's a large like pouring vat. There's rows of pouring vats. There's rows of consoles at each pouring vat. Currently, I assumed you're working on one of the consoles first.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
So, attempting to work on one of these consoles, there are multiple different ports on each of the different areas where the vat is above, like the actual pouring mold area, I guess is what you would call it. That seem to
Melting.
yeah, that seem to have need for some sort of electrical current to get them working. And you assume potentially this must power the forge, but you're not sure.
All right. So for now, I'm just trying to go, I guess, top to bottom, left to right, connecting these wires.
All right. Just roll a D100. Let's see what happens.
And I'm asking Rorik the whole way, like, all right, so those 4 attached to these 4, right? And then do you have another set of 4? Because I have another set of 4. And
This
I
is
go back and
nothing
forth.
like the thing you're talking about. You keep going. You attach all the wires and you don't get shocked again. You
Like-
attach them all. They're all attached to something.
to something. But I didn't get shocked.
You haven't been shocked.
4 wires are attached to one wire, just like they're attached.
There's nothing on the monitor right now.
Like, Now, when I look at it, does it look like spaghetti? Or does it look actually attached? Like something be organized?
It doesn't look organized at all. You did it. So,
So I'm like, it's like untangling my wife's necklace. God damn. And I start undoing all of them to get them like organized.
that's going to
where
take
it
you
looks
another like 30 minutes to an hour or so.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Leo, After asking around, you find out that Milo is currently hanging out in the bar area. So you go to see him, and you come into the room and you see he's wearing a fairly nice suit, and he's just breathing really heavy. As you walk up, he's just...
Did you take another pill, Milo?
No, I'm just...
Good.
I'm nervous, man. Glad you're here. I can't figure out how to do this thing. And you can see, like, there's, like, a completely obliterated flower that he was trying to put on with his sausage fingers.
Yeah. We might need to look for another one for you.
Oh, damn it. I was trying real hard just to make sure it would stay nice, but I fucked it up like I fuck everything up.
Just like pat him on the back, like, it's okay. She's not gonna remember the flower. I don't think.
Shit. It's the first day of the rest of my life and I'm already fucking up flowers, man. So, you see legs all shaky and breathing heavy and stuff.
We was contemplating the first day of the rest of my life, like, huh?
So
You're not dead. You survived.
So look, it's a big change, all right.
Oh, right. I mean, I saw a bunch of flowers where the thing's gonna be held. You know, maybe we can grab one of those and use that. It'll be fine.
All right, well, I gotta be out there in a couple minutes. You come with me, so.
Yeah, we got it. It'll be
You see
easy.
he starts getting a little dizzy, having a hard time.
Just kind of like help him stand up. Like hold him for a second. Like not truly hold him because he's a lot bigger than me, but like kind of balance him. Like, it'll be fine. Just don't lock your knees.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm ready to do this. He takes like one step and immediately sort of like falters and like almost falls down. And he's like, nope, I got this. I'm a man. I'm Milo fucking Davenport. I fought aliens. I traveled through time. I can do this.
That last one's debatable, but no, not to do this one. The time travel one. Sorry.
He's traveled through
No
time.
one would believe you.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I'm just like, no one would believe you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this is easy. Hey, what else do I need to do today? As we're walking towards the thing.
Oh, basically, at a certain point in the ceremony, he will ask for the rings. Holy shit, the rings! So he hands you a couple of little janky metal rings. He's like, they're not nearly as nice as what Annika made us, but she's been busy and all that, so... Sorry.
I mean, they can always be replaced later, right? I'm gonna find a pocket that feels like, make sure it doesn't have like a hole in it or anything, and
Yeah, you find a nice secure one on the inside jacket pocket.
just like, okay, yeah, I got those.
Alright.
Don't worry about that.
Well, that's the big thing there, Yeah.
Great. Let's go find you a flower.
All right. Follow. You guys start making your way to the. When you get there, at the main area, you do see that there are already people seated throughout the area. A lot of them are wearing a mishmash of different things. Some of them still look like they're wearing the same old clothes from their cryo tubes and on the ship. But then you also see that there are some that are nicely dressed. You see a lot more people wearing white than you did before, probably because it's a wedding. And then you see Sylvia doing some final touches on some flowers.
Be like, Milo, wait, right here, just kind of near the chairs, just kind of
like,
leave them there for a second.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do like that like half quick walk, like not quite a run, where you just kind of towards Sylvia. Like, Sylvia, Milo needs a flower. He smashed his.
Oh, sure, we have plenty.
And I have no idea how to put the thing on. Do you know how to?
Hun, I got this.
Thank you.
That's what I'm here for. Good. Do I gotta roll or do I just do?
Nah, you can just grab a flower you think is pretty.
Sweet. I just put it on. You look snazzy now. You look beautiful, hon. You're gonna be fine.
He's like, you know, I remember, Sylvia, when you were what I thought
Human?
was probably the only viable choice for female companionship back on Taxion 8.
Hey, what about me?
Manish.
Flattering.
Never would have thought I would have found a nice girl and be settling down.
It's so sweet. I'm so happy for you too.
I'm glad you're here.
Leo's just kind of like
Of
looking
course,
between them,
where
like
else would I be?
You're
not like we have many choices.
probably my closest friend out of all of them. No offense, Leo.
Wait, isn't Leo best man?
Yeah.
What are you doing to your beard, Stein? Let's make our beards as bushy as possible.
All these
thanks.
wires, man, they're trapping me, Beardsley.
Beardsley. God damn it.
Wait, I should be putting flowers in the beards. Have you guys seen those? They look great.
It's a good thing Leo doesn't have a beard.
Does
No.
the groom have a beard?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Milo, yeah.
Milo has a big old beard.
Can I try to put some flowers in his beard?
Yeah, make me an Archie check and see if you can make this look nice.
Leo's just gonna kind of like stare at Milo like,
He's having hot
Alright,
flashes. He's not even noticing. what's happening at this
artistry and what?
point.
Willpower?
Alertness.
Okay, fine.
Willpower is when she was telling other people what to do. So
Yeah, but I want to will his beard to be beautiful. Okay.
It's about a keen eye.
Alright, so. Huh.
You try weaving the flower into his beard, and it stays okay. It doesn't look like the best thing ever, but it works, you know. It looks nice enough. Like it basically just looks like there's a big old bloomed flower like right in the center of his beard.
Is there a mirror or anything? I want him to see it.
Leo legitimately has the face of just like,
I
your
want,
day,
I want
your
him
day,
to look
whatever
at it.
you want.
I wanna ask if he likes it.
What? Oh, he looks down at his chest, sees the flower you put on his chest. He's like, yeah, it looks fine.
Great. Do we need to get up there, Milo? Do we need to?
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be starting any minute. And so he walks up and takes his position. You take your position next to him, and he's like, "Where the fuck is Annika?"
I probably went to look for Hilda.
Yeah.
No.
You go
Best
find,
maid of
you
honor.
do go find Hilda. She's all dressed up. She's gotten Max in his proper place. And a couple flowers on him as well. And she's like, I'm sorry, doctor, but you're actually supposed to be up there. And I'll take my place next
Annika.
to you.
Annika.
Yeah.
And over the I'm just like, Annika? Where are you?
With Hilda? Should I? Okay. I don't. Sure. Yep. She's just like, do I hear that?
Yeah, at this point, Caldwell walks up as you guys are talking. He says, Annika, your place, I believe, if I'm getting this correct, is supposed to be standing by the quote-unquote altar right now.
Sometimes people do processions. I don't know. Okay, bye.
Just the one procession, which I believe is my job today.
Okay.
And so
she'll-
you like run up there, get to your spot. You see Leo standing on the other side, opposite you, with Milo basically eclipsing him entirely.
She kind of gives everybody like a sort of like this is weird kind of look, like looks them up and down, like.
I'm not wearing my armor.
And you see this big yellow flower sitting in the middle of Milo's beard.
Mm-hmm.
And real quick on comms for on channel 28, I'm like, Roy, just get over here and change back to comms to whatever channel we used to have it on.
Outvoted Cosmeta.
What? I was gonna do that regardless.
We were like, oh, the wedding's about to start. Let me turn it back on normal comms.
Oh, fine. I'll wait till my turn.
That's right. So, after a few moments, you hear the sound of music sort of start up, but the music seems to be coming from some makeshift, like, strange instruments. It's not the normal wedding march, but it's...
It's the giraffes from the biome.
How awesome would that have been?
Just keep
Next
hitting
wedding
one.
has to happen in the biome.
That would have been the worst wedding.
I may or may not have gotten my little horn thing and seen if I could do the song through it.
Oh,
I can't.
aw. Yeah, no. So they're playing a couple of stringed instruments that they had, literally strung up to whatever they could find. There's not very good acoustics, but they're doing the best they can. Somebody has something similar to a harp that's just sort of made out of strange bits of metal, and it's making a decent noise. As you see Caldwell walking Hilda up the aisle. The procession begins with him just leading her up with the music playing. You see the familiar face of the moral committee head standing at the top between the two of you, directly underneath the archway. And we're going to take our break. So, everybody, let's make this wedding be as quick and painless as possible.
I object. Oh, wait.
Hilda stands in front of Milo, and the woman begins saying the general, we are gathered here today, etc., etc. At a certain point, Annika, you're asked to tie the hands, fasten the hands.
She does her best.
Yeah, so they give you a little piece of cloth and you wrap it around their hands, tie it together. At that point, there's the melding of the blood, where he literally takes a very, very thin piece of metal, or she takes a very thin piece of metal and she slides it through both their hands as they are fastened together, and goes on to a speech about sorry, mnemonica, getting rid of my etc., etc. Slides the small piece of metal straight through the two of their hands, and the blood runs between them. And he has a speech about becoming one via the blood, in reference to the old gods of old Earth. And then, after that, their hands still fastened, they ask for you to present the rings.
Pulls them out, just kind of.
The hands that they don't have bound together. The sermon, or the whatever they're called, forgot. The preacher actually places the rings on for them instead of having them put them on one another. They sit there with their opposite hands still bound. And then they tell each of you to take your seats, and they go about the old prayers. And you see the entire congregation sort of mumbles to themselves as the prayers go on. Some people staying quiet. I imagine you guys are probably quiet. Don't imagine any of your characters to be highly religious. And as they...
It's so beautiful.
Sylvia's crying in the back.
But quieter.
Yeah. And Lyra's just like looking around at the people, saying stuff, and
I'm
really
holding Lyra's
concerned
hand,
about
and you're
them, thinking
telling me
that
she doesn't feel anything.
she's looking around, thinking they're all crazy. Like she's like,
They are.
why
It's
are
fine.
you all saying the same thing at the same time? Like that's stupid. Like this is dumb. And you see that they're just kneeling at the front together. Annika, Sylvia, Leo, make me an agility check.
Oh shit.
boy.
I already knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Does that include like acrobatics or anything, or just straight
Nope,
agility?
it's innate defense. So just agility. Do not include your armor because you do not have it.
Oh shit. Hey, I aced it.
So roll again.
Is that how this works?
Fuck.
Mhm.
So that's 14.
No,
got
so
12.
12. Okay.
Nikita got a 6.
And a 6. Ooh. Oh shit, that sucks.
I was like, it's gonna hit at least 2 of us pretty solidly.
No, it hit all 3 of you.
Oh.
And then I need Lyra. For Lyra,
Y'all getting hit with the emotions? What's
Nikita, can you roll me a D6? That's all she gets.
Cool.
Wow.
Oh, baby.
She gets
Um,
hit too.
The first thing you notice, Nikita, is a snapping noise to the right of you. As you look down, Lyra has something snapped around her neck and a hand from behind her.
What? What?
At the same moment,
What?
you try to get out of the way as you feel another hand come behind you as it clasps something onto your arm. Immediately, you feel it drilling into your skin.
Oh. Okay.
Leo, you feel something clamping down hard on the back of your neck. Too late to resist it. Annika, at the same moment, you feel something come around you. And then
Just in the middle of the ceremony, she's like, "What the fuck?"
yeah, you turn around, what the fuck? And you turn and you look, and then you hear gunshots behind you. As you see soldiers turning and shooting other soldiers. At this point, the audience, the congregation, if you will, realize that something's off
Yeah, I would say so.
and immediately begin to freak out. You hear calls and cries all around you.
Can I move? Like,
Yeah, you can move.
and I could just immediately. I'm just gonna try to run.
Okay. I need you to make a competitive unarmed combat check, because somebody's gonna try to grapple you to the ground the second you start to take off.
Is that agility or?
Yeah. They're not very strong, but
And then I actually have really good unarmed combat thanks to Celia. Ooh, well,
you do succeed to break the first grapple as you kick as the first man jumps at you. But then a second one comes at you from the side and tries to wrestle you to the ground. At the same time, Leo, you feel hands pressing down on your shoulder saying, "Don't go anywhere."
How am I like sitting still? Am I on the floor? Like what?
Huh? Do what?
Am I sitting or am I like face down on the floor?
You're
like...
sitting there currently. Nobody's pressed you down to the ground. They just put their hands on your shoulder, firm grips.
Can I like half turn to see who it is?
You see
Like
a couple of stern faces that you recognize throughout the colony. They're just regular people. People you've seen wearing white and walking around.
Do I see any weapons on them, or are they just like stern faced? Like
Make a perception check.
this is
These are
gonna
just normal
suck.
people, so they have normal roles, right?
Yeah, but so do I.
yeah.
What's my? Hey, at least I get a regular perception. 11.
11. You are. You look and you see. Just immediately, the first thing you do is you just intuitively look down near the waist to check for weapon, and you do see strapped to his hip is what looks like a dwarven weapon.
Motherfuckers.
Something that you recognize for being the same technology as what Rurik uses with his weapons.
For now, just kind of like make a note of it and just kind of like sit. I can't really do much.
You hear more shots going off behind you in the background. Sylvia, hands are on you and Lyra, and they move you and say, "Come with us," and start trying to force you forward into the group.
How are they holding her?
They're just hands on shoulders.
I'm gonna try to pry her away from them. Like, I'll follow them,
Okay.
but just like protecting her.
Okay. You try to pull her close. You feel resistance. Do you want to try to fight that resistance? Like with full-on strength?
I'm gonna, yes, while I say, if you leave her alone, I'll do what you say.
Say, she has to come too.
She
All
can
of you
come, but
freaks
you won't touch her.
Are being taken.
Wait, freaks? Is that what he just said?
That's what he said, yeah.
Can I have what is it called, that planar thing? Where is it?
Oh, the planar displacement?
Yeah, would I be able to put me and her in a different plane?
How many points do you have?
I was gonna up it. Can I spend like 30 points right now because I meant to up it?
No, I mean, how many points do you
my
have?
points?
Yeah.
38.
Okay. You
Wait, 43? I'm
start
confused.
expending energy to try to displace yourselves, and you feel yourself being sucked dry.
Oh, okay. I stop.
Is Hex a part of this? Hold on.
It's whatever they put around our necks or.
No, is the thing that drilled into her skin.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
The meta. I don't know
Yeah.
that.
Well, it happened to you too, so.
Yeah.
No, I just glazed over it, but you felt it drill into each of your skin as it came onto you. It just sort of, you could feel it just clamping into you. And, like, that was the best feeling I could give. Is like it felt like somebody was drilling into your skin as it pressed into your and latched on.
Fine.
At the front,
I will comply for now.
okay, they move you firmly, but not aggressively, further up the line as you see people sort of panicking, and yet half the congregation is calm, collected, and walking with them. You see Milo, hand still fastened to Hilda, turns and sees that they're attacking Annika and charges to try to attack him. He takes one fist, the one that's not currently attached to Hilda, and he clocks the guy in the face, and he flies back into the chairs, knocking the chairs and multiple people over. And he just gives off a yell and he says, "Annika, run!"
She's running.
As you start to do that, you turn and you look. Make a perception check for me.
Perception. Plus. Gosh, I don't know what my numbers are without my armor. It's been ages since we've had to do this.
See, that's why I made sure like all my numbers as they've changed have been in parentheses, and my base stat has just remained off to the side.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I've been doing
Well,
that too, but I'm like,
you
I know
see-
the other
You
one.
see for the second, as you turn around, and as he starts to go, to fight these men to keep them off of you, you see as a knife is slipped into his back,
Oh, fuck.
as Hilda drives a blade into his spine.
No, not Hilda. She my BFF.
No.
Not. What a
So-
I was
bitch.
It's up to you what
trying
you'd like to
for
do.
them.
They start escorting you, and you see as multiple people, as he continues to fight even with the blade in his back. You see,
Fuck yeah, he does.
he tears the cloth off and he throws her to the side, and you see his eyes fill with tears and sadness. Then he pulls the knife out of his back and he starts charging towards the other ones. What do you guys like to do?
I'm running.
You running?
I'm gonna run for my weapons and my armor, and they're not far away. Like,
Okay. You're still being chased by other
Yeah.
people. But more importantly, I need you to make an innate defense check.
shit. What was it agility, right? 9.
A bullet hits you. "13 wounds as it pierces through your shoulder.
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna keep running.
You can try. I need you to make a resistance check, endurance check, strength and vitality to try to push through the blow of getting shot without armor on and without any of your powers active.
Oh,
You
Ooh.
fall.
I can't re-roll that either.
Sounds like-
You
do you have
fall
blood?
directly
Roll a
to the
botch.
ground as the bullet hits you. You
Shit.
fall directly to the ground, and you feel the blood pooling up beneath your chest.
Shit.
Sylvia, you and Lyra are being led that way, and you see Caldwell being dragged off as well. A piece of metal clasped around his neck. What do you want to do, Leo?
How many
Are you gonna follow as well, or?
people is it?
I mean, are they distracted? Are they very like focused on what's going on?
Currently, you see people dealing with Milo, who's on a rampage, punching people left and right.
I'm assuming. Do I still have like the guards, the 2 guys next to me or whatever?
Yeah, you have 2 guys that are guiding you, and you see behind you at a glance that there's a pack behind them.
Where are we going? Like which? Where?
They're
are
heading
we
you
headed?
towards the south, the back of the ship.
Gotcha. I want to try and slip his gun. Like, just see if I can just like boom and just put it into like my coat or something.
Make me an agility and covert check, and if you have sleight of hand, use that.
Probably not. Let's see, covert. I do have covert, so what? And sleight of hand. No, I don't have sleight of hand. Could be worse. That's a 10.
10. He's gonna make a competitive roll. He's not that good. You're able to get the weapon off of him. The weapon that he currently has is an axe. You pull it out from behind him.
And I just want to just slip it into mine and just keep everything covering over it and just keep going with them for now.
Okay, so yeah, you slip the it's a. I thought you were like stealing it, like to like haha. But yeah, if you're just taking it slyly, then yeah, he I guess doesn't notice you take it because of the hubbub of everything going around. You just are able to slip it in front of you, and keep this big glowing battle axe.
So, I figure like I'm got the coat and everything.
Yeah,
on,
like you just slip it. You just slip it straight into your coat.
and then just
shift
adjust
him
the
to
buttons.
the side, and they're They're temporarily distracted by Milo punching people all around you, and you're able to slip it into your coat. Sorry, Sylvia, what were you doing?
I just wanted to know how many people there were.
It's an army.
There's a lot.
As far as you can tell, at least half the population.
That was 180 or 150 or whatever.
It was about there were something like 80 or 90 people total.
Oh, I thought it was like 100. Oh yeah. We lost 80.
Oh, sorry, no, there was 150 total, but you guys lost like 80, or you lost like half of that 150. So I guess there's like 120 people total. So about 60 people right now pushing you forward.
I'm gonna, I guess, wait, hold my breath and like see what they're gonna do. Wait for an opportunity.
Okay. They continue pushing you forward. You see as a couple of men start to pick up Annika, and you see as other men start taking large, full-on swings down on Milo with the weapons that they pulled.
Are they all melee weapons?
Some of them are. Some of them are actual, like, guns as well. But you see as the melee weapons strike down, and you see Milo fall. They continue to drag you, all of you, now that at least one of you that was actively resisting isn't resisting. They start leading you towards the back end of the ship, and they start taking you, along with a knocked out Caldwell. All of you get taken back towards the biome. Meanwhile, Sly, make a check for connecting wires.
Rorik, just get your ass down here. I need your help.
It's like, fine, I'm on my way. I'll be there shortly. 6.
Be there now.
You're doing a really bad job with these wires, man. You're really
This-
not. You
this
try to
looks
flip
like
on the power after
spaghetti.
your last thing, and nothing productive happened whatsoever.
Get it, like. Freefall doesn't know shit. Jenkins doesn't know anymore. I could talk to Caldwell. I switch the thing like, Caldwell, do you know how these wires work?
There's no response. Not only that, Leo, Annika, Sylvia, you do not hear him. One of the first things that they do as they start dragging you on is they remove your comms.
Caldwell, you pump his asshole.
No response.
Freefall. You know what Caldwell is?
No response.
Why would they turn their comms off for the wedding? It's idiots.
Because they don't want you bothering them during the wedding.
Yeah, let us die in peace, Sly.
I go back to 28. Roy, if you pass by the wedding, don't make it awkward, but give Freefall a sign to turn his comms on. He's being an asshole, which is nothing new.
There's no response.
Rorik, you're a piece of shit. I have coffee.
There's no response.
Insult, then offer a gift.
The best strategy.
They toss each of you through the barrier into the biome. A few men holding you down, and they tie you to the closest tree nearby. One by one.
Am I conscious?
Are
mean,
you
I didn't
conscious?
I didn't take that many wounds, but I botched it, so I might.
Are they tying me and Lara together or just separate trees? Because
No,
I
you're
have my
together.
grip on
You're
her.
together. That's fine.
Okay, good.
Have these people ever been in the biome? I'd imagine not, right? So they don't know what the fuck they're getting into either.
There's a few of them just stepping in, tying them down,
I know what they're doing.
leaving you there. And then you see, after a moment, the area is filled with people. Most of them standing with their backs to you, looking out. And you see men with guns, some of them soldiers, bringing in other people, including the body of Milo and a not moving body of Hexter Vintal.
I hope he fixed Jenkins' pee first.
After a while, you see they come in with Rurik, unconscious. He also has something clamped onto him. They come and they toss the bodies inside with you. Then you see Brandon Vax step out and address the people not wearing white. People you all knew, people you trusted, people you'd seen all around. The children. Everyone approach. You see as he addresses all of them. These are desperate times for all of us. We have repeatedly attempted to make equal footing with these abominations. These monsters that live among us. We know that we have no true power.
You never answered if I'm conscious or not.
Make me an endurance check.
Because if I'm conscious, I'm not letting him speak. I can't hear you.
A draft walks up.
Vitality, D8 plus D. Those are my best stats.
9. You're still conscious. You start to speak out.
Yeah, she's just like, you motherfucking piece of shit. You
Takes
wanted to
about
be
5
like us.
seconds
Wanted to,
before
for them to-
somebody puts a gag on your mouth.
just,
God bless it. Ah, my God, there's a swarm. All right.
The Congo.
They put a gag in your mouth. He says, "It is up to you what you wish to do, but we're going to fix this ship, and we're going to head back to Gaia. We're going to go back to where the humans are, instead of letting these people prioritize whatever it is they're prioritizing. These things. We are all members of the Humans First Order, a group that we have developed to put humanity before whatever these things have become. Together, we can all survive, and we can make it home. We have been assured by the thing that they brought back from their recent journey to the primordial plane that this can be done, and that they would be safely locked away. So, any of you who wish to stay with us, please do so. Any of you who will not fall in line, now is your time to go and be with them. We will not kill you. But, if any of you rise up against us in the future, or if we come to find that any of you are like them, then the same fate will befall you. Your choice is now. Stand with us, or stand with the abominations.
Good luck.
So I'm not even there. This is meta. When he says the thing that we brought back, he's talking about the power source.
Yeah.
The thing we brought back.
Yeah, that's one thing about that. Yeah.
That conniving bitch.
So,
I was trying to be nice to her.
so
Man, we're gonna have to get the power source again. That's gonna be
at
shit.
first, it seems like nobody's going to move. Then suddenly a little girl with a little doll in her hand. The doll has a little toy gun. She walks. Her mother reaches out for her, but she shrugs it off, and she keeps walking, and she climbs into the biome herself. And she says, "Dr. Annika is nice people. I'm staying with them, Mommy." Her mom lets out a little bit of a sob, but remembering what all of you did for her back when she was mistreated in the atrium, she follows her daughter. Jenkins says, "Fuck this." Follows. A few more. One of the soldiers that you all remember one of the ones who had originally taken a little off the top. He comes over as well. Collins is nowhere to be seen. Very well. You see, he reaches for a device on his arm, and he says, "It's done. Seal them." And in that moment, everything is sealed off. You can no longer see outside of the biome. So, Sly. Nobody is responding on comms.
God damn asshole pieces of shit! I'm trying to figure out how the frick to do this. This is for them. I hope they know that. Okay. Well, it's for me. I'm just talking to myself. Nothing.
You have a total. By the way, in the biome, I'm going to give you guys 12 people.
Now you can start smelting. You can start doing shit. So I was like, God damn it, what the fuck ain't, man? Shut up, badass. You don't need to laugh. I'm not alone, because I got you assholes. Shit. Well, I have exhausted myself trying to do this stupid wiring thing. I don't know how Free For All does it. I don't know how that, this hurts my brain. I need more coffee. I'm out of coffee. Rourke, I lied. I'm out of coffee, but I want to get some. God damn it. Alright, where did he go? I told him to go to something. Fuck. Where did I tell him to go? Shit.
And the barbarian of the party has trouble remembering.
Roll a recall check.
Tell him to go to the first power thingy that was working. If I was Rourke, where would that be? I don't know the layout of this ship. Fuck. I'm gonna go check out the wedding. Stealth.
You turn invisible and you make your way northward. And in doing so, you head out directly into the main atrium. And you see, once you get there, the pile of bodies. You see blood littering the ground, chairs overturned.
I haven't been to a Gaian wedding in a while.
I was waiting. I was wondering, what is he gonna say?
Something seems a little screwy.
Gaian weddings are now Dothraki weddings?
Right? So, kind of look around, and I go in my head, and I'm like, so I'm gonna need you guys to be ready. Because I don't know y'all's weddings, but this doesn't look like our weddings. Do I see any, like, trails of blood, like they drag bodies or anything like
You see
that?
a trail of blood leading back in the direction that you came from. It's very light, but now that you're looking for it, you do see a few drips of blood. God bless it.
And do I know I know that direction is towards like the biome, or
It's definitely towards the biome.
okay. All right. Into the comms. Blood everywhere. Everybody's probably at the wedding.
Maybe a perception check before you go too far. pretty
Well,
good.
hold on. That's hearing. That's hearing. I have an extra D6 in sight.
Either way, you succeeded. So Before you head too far away from the wedding, you do notice one person still there. In a hospital bed. At the
Max?
edge, you see Max still laying there. In plain view of you.
I kind of like, huh. I mean, it's a nice gesture, but the boy's unconscious. Kind of walk up to him, looking around, being nimble, dodging bodies and dodging puddles of blood so I don't track blood. And kind of like look at him, put my hand on his forehead. It's cold.
I mean, it's normal for him.
Oh, yeah, wait. I was kind of like looking at him like, I need to laugh. Wish you were here, buddy. All right. Well, somebody will be back to do something with him. I'm going to wait and figure out what happens. So I find a nice little corner, and I wait to see who approaches Max, if they do anything with him, or if anybody comes up to start cleaning the bodies, like what kind of develops as I'm kind of
Okay.
chill.
It's about 30 minutes of you sitting there before you see a procession of people wearing white starts heading back into the main atrium. And you see that they are, a lot of them, covered in blood. Doesn't look like their own blood. Just looks like it's spattered all about their white garments. Some of them start to clean up the mess, move the bodies to the side, take them further towards the front of the ship. You see some more just immediately starting to go back to their dwelling places or go back to work. And you see Brandon Vax walking with a man that you haven't really seen before.
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
He's quiet, he's tall, and he's lean. But he has a very stern, commanding look on his face. And you can see as he passes by some of the other people, they look at him. Some of them with looks of admiration, and some of them with looks of concern, confusion. And they start, a few of them, Hilda, Brandon Vax, and this man, walk up directly next to you and stand in for Max. So what do we do with him? Says Hilda. Well, that's an interesting question. Whether we ought to put him in with the rest, or, well, he is the hero of our people. They all respect him. I don't think we can just get rid of him like we did the rest. And then you hear a voice come from the man. He's still one of them. If humanity is going to carry on, we can't have any more of these things being around.
Do I get a sense that he's one of these things? That he has any
From him?
unnatural powers or anything?
You don't sense anything from him.
That he hasn't taken a pill or anything?
You don't sense any energy or anything from him.
Okay. Like I don't sense as in I just don't sense it, or I don't, like he doesn't have any?
You don't sense anything.
Okay.
But you do hear in your head, Sly, look out for that one.
Is this badass or is this Bernass?
Badass.
I kind of ask him, like, why? What do you feel?
Well, feel like I've been in the presence of a man like this before. Once. Before you guys took out Taxion 8.
Like, talking, like Throm type presence, or
Yeah.
mm-hmm. Okay. Well, duly noted.
Well, I suppose we should move him now. I don't know how well he's gonna last without all this. He needs fluids, he needs the medication. He'll have the doctors. They take care of him, or he dies. That's it. We can't show any exception. You're right. Okay.
Now, also, do I notice anybody with weapons? Any of them holding, like, maybe one of them has a whole bunch of the comms that they took from everybody? Like,
The comms are nearly impossible to see.
okay, so okay.
If you know where they are, they're easy enough to peel off. But they're basically like little stamps that go on the side of your head, of your jaw. Meanwhile, there are plenty with weapons. You see holding dwarven weapons you haven't even seen before. Others holding...
Well, I would understand them, right? Because I know dwarven
the
weapons.
firearms, yeah.
Okay.
You recognize that some of the firearms, and you know what they do. Ones with returning bullets, that sort of thing. But yeah, you're not sure where they would have gotten them. Is the thing.
All right. I'm gonna try and take a mental note of the face of like everybody who has a gun. I feel like since that's kind of my actual job, it'd be more than just my base intelligence. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like since that's what I actually did, special ops type stuff.
Put points in it.
into what specifically? What is memorize intelligence alertness?
I mean, I feel like you should have covert, and if you had covert, then you would.
I do have covert.
You have at least a D6, yeah.
Yeah, covert.
Then you can add your covert to your memorize check.
Okay. 27.
27. You mark their faces. At this point, Hilda starts pushing the gurney that has him on it with his, IV and all that. His monitoring kit, everything. With a couple of other white cloth people start pushing him back towards the biome. What do you do?
First, I think if they're locking the biome, they better take care of Fernie. Bastards. Now look around. I'm just kind of still gathering intel. Any of the bodies do I recognize, or are they just normal people that they're cleaning up?
The people they're cleaning up?
Yeah.
You recognize the body of Collins.
Yeah.
Kind of look, and as they're dragging Collins's body away, kind of like I wasn't super close with the guy, but he's a good guy, so I just kind of like it boils in my blood a little bit. I can tell I hear badass like, we need to kill some fuckers. Killing spree. This is your chance. Kill everybody. We can do it. We have justification now. Eliminate them all. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're saying.
That's what Annika's saying in her head too.
I'm like, whoa, I know we've been planning on this for a while. When I planned
Leo's
it,
going,
hoping
I'm on the
for
wrong side of this door.
it. Like, man, this is the chance that I can kill everybody. This is also the chance that I can prove that I'm not a monster. But killing everybody sounds so much more fun. And I get to be sneaky. Sneaky in a while. So when I see one of the ones with a gun veer off, I kind of follow him,
Okay.
dodging, of course, like any sort of blood or anything
Make a
that'll
stealth
keep
check.
my tracks. Okay, la la la. It's the only one I don't have a damn thingy for. It's just agility or agility, alertness, and
No, it's agility, and it's gonna be your stealth skill.
just that? Okay. $20.
20.
Oh shit, that's supposed to be D4, but fuck it. I got 20 anyways.
Okay. You manage to not step on any blood, and you follow one into the area that he's going to, putting away his weapon, washing the blood off of himself, in what seems to be his own private quarters.
Okay. Before I look around, make sure there's no anything. I listen for any sort of, so that's my hearing perception. I listen to see if I hear anybody walking, talking, chattering, like in any sort of.
You hear a faint noise of something outside, and you also hear the man washing himself off and putting his weapon down, which seems to be a pistol of some kind from the dwarven make. And you hear him sort of whimper and give off a small cry.
God
Sort
damn it,
of
I wanted to
shaky.
kill him.
Did his wife and child just get locked in a biome?
That would
Can't
not be his
s-
wife and child.
So since he has a gun, I'm already gonna assume that he's not just anybody who converted or anything. Like he's a part of it. So, motherfucker. I get up behind him, and I remain invisible, but put one hand on his jawline, the other hand on his head, to snap a neck in the easiest way, least resistance way possible.
Well, he rolled a 2. Make your
Is
Go on,
it
Sly.
unarmed combat or what? I'm not breaking his neck yet, but
Yeah.
I'm
just do agility twice.
I mean, just even if I botch it, technically.
Well, botched you still fail. It's like rolling a nat 1.
You have him dead to rights. You can snap his neck anytime. He doesn't even feel your hands come up right next to him.
Oh no, I want
You lock in, and he
I
feels,
lock
and he
in.
just locks up. He goes, gives out a small
And-
gasp, and he starts shaking. You can feel the tears running down his face go over your fingers.
What have you done?
He shakes for a second, terrified. Why aren't you in the...
What have you done?
I did what was best for humanity. Sort of sterns up, straightens himself up. If you're gonna kill me like the monster you are, just do it.
You got me all kinds of wrong. I'm not just gonna kill you.
Takes a deep breath and starts shaking.
Now tell me. Let me guess. The leader of this is Brandon Vax, and that other fellow, nobody seems to know who he is.
He's a covenant bearer.
Do I know what that is?
Throm was a covenant bearer. They're
Okay.
like the really important people.
Okay. Why would we have two on our ship? Okay. I kind of like. He's just a man. Did you kill the rest? Are Annika, Milo, all of them, are they alive?
I didn't kill anyone, but I know a few died. One died when we were testing, and another died and trying to fight, and then many other humans died as well.
You said testing. I have problems.
Well, he's not gonna fight you.
He's gonna be intimidated by me.
Yeah, so he's just like, for a second, he's like, you think he's not gonna say anything, and you bring that intensity of Throm imposing will above him, and he's like, we had that thing, the parts of it. We were experimenting. We found a way to shut off what you can do.
Talking about mentally?
All of it.
Are they removable?
I don't know.
Who died in testing?
He doesn't want to say. Make a check to intimidate him into it.
What would I add?
Just intimidation and willpower.
What is intimidation, by the way? I don't even.
It's
It's
under
under
discipline
or influence.
or influence.
Okay, I have intimidation, so am I.
I was like, I'm pretty sure you have that one.
Yeah, I have intimidation, and you said willpower. And do I add anything for Throm's opposing will?
Nah. 12. You stiffen your grip on his jaw on the top of his head. And he shakes and he's like, I'm not saying anything. If you're gonna kill me, kill me.
Let's just go down the list of things. I don't kill you. What am I to believe happens? You just don't speak of this?
Well, I guess I'm dead anyways then. So I might as well die for the cause.
You make this really hard and really tempting. I have many voices in my head right now.
Please kill him. I really don't care.
One doesn't care, one wants me to kill you. And the one that doesn't care, not because he likes you. He doesn't like anybody. Not even me. I don't even know if he likes himself, really.
Yeah.
So, again, I'm gonna ask you, because I'm trying to defuse the situation. I have been putting many wires together. I don't know why I'm saying this. Defuse a situation. And I don't want to be a monster. So, if I let you live...
But that's what you are, isn't it? Behind
Is that
you,
badass? Oh.
you hear a voice.
Kill him and move on.
Not badass McGee.
No. Behind you, you see the Covenant Bear standing in the doorway.
But I'm still invisible, but obviously he knows where I am.
Yeah.
So he's not making eye contact, but I can make eye contact
Well,
with
you have your back to him.
Yeah. He's in front of a mirror, though. He's watching himself up, I'd imagine, right?
Well, he sees the guy locked up with tears in a odd position.
No, I'm saying I can look into the mirror and
you can see him behind you. Yeah.
Yeah. I just kind of relax my grip on the guy and I say, sorry for this. I don't want an unfair fight. And I just kind of like clunk in the back of the head to knock him out. And
Okay, make a strength check.
Don't hit it too hard.
God damn it. Luckily, I don't actually have that much strength base. Just strength, right? Like once?
Strength and unarmed combat, yeah.
Aces it. Has to do it again. Double ace. Oops.
I actually just have unarmed combat. I have a D6. Okay. Just 11. That's not.
11?
It's just. Yeah, it's just.
No. So you smack him in the back of the head,
and I gently set him down in the least monstrous way possible.
Yeah. Sort of falls to his knees and slumps over to the ground.
And I turn, and before I turn uninvisible, I look and see if he has any weird contraption that I've never seen before in his hands.
He sure does.
Okay.
He's not hiding it. He's got it like sitting just like this.
Yeah. So now I know these Covenant Bears are not the normal person, so there's no. I'd still probably be quicker than at this point, but I just kind of step far enough away to where he's not like just arm's reach from me, and I turn.
He's about 10 feet away already.
So I turn, like I become visible again, and I look at him, and I'm like, so, you're another Coven Bear, whatever, Baron of Red Covens. You covet barons.
They really are as stupid as they say, aren't you?
I'm dead.
You covet barons. Just take a PowerPoint. That was fun.
That was the best. That was the best.
I just kind of look at him like, maybe I am, maybe I'm not as stupid as you think.
You think I think you are.
It was such a Zoolander thing to say.
That's exactly right.
I'm like, so I understand your purpose. You're to protect the people, and that's cool. You know, Max's father was one of you. I don't know if you knew that. I don't know if Max's father, Throm, decided to ever tell anybody that. But, I don't know what Brandon or Vax or Irrelevant has been telling you about us, about the monsters we are. I know you've seen me kill somebody, but if you're a Coven person, man, you have a little higher intellect and knowledge of some of the stuff we've been dealing with. And when I say I didn't want to kill him, I didn't like the guy, but I didn't want to kill him. I mean, I didn't want to kill him. I didn't care to kill that guy. It was something we had to do, or that I had to do. So you can believe that we're these monsters and we can keep this fight going or whatever, but at this point, if you're just a regular person that's a Coven Bearer, which, you know, that means you're great, whatever. It's not going to take much for me to kill you, buddy. And I don't want to, despite what you think.
You can try, Sly. You can try all you like. So can Astaroth.
That's Parnassus, right?
So can the Master of Minds.
Okay, better. Yeah.
As the other one.
But the thing
Yeah.
is, you don't hold a candle to me right now. So here are your options.
What the news right now? I didn't get
Candle.
that. Oh, I'm a candle to you?
You don't hold a candle to me right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
God. So, you have two options. One, you join your friends in the biome. Two, I force you there.
No, I thought there was a 3. I don't know. It sounded like there wasn't like a period at the end of that statement.
I suppose I should kill you, but Avathon wants you alive.
Oh, Geocron's brother. So you're not just a coven bear, are you? You had
He's
some.
the monster. I knew it.
Yeah, you're the monster, aren't you? Well,
This species is incredibly easy to manipulate.
yeah, we are. No, yeah.
I have been aboard this ship for centuries.
Yeah, I haven't. This is my first time meeting you, so I don't know who the hell you
And
are.
this is your chance to make your choice.
Well, your mistake was you already said Abathon wants me alive, so even if you are stronger than me, you're not gonna kill me. You'll just hurt me really bad. Dealt with a lot of pain before. I think you already know from Geocron's dude. I'm not gonna just submit.
Okay.
So,
It's time to make your competitive agility check.
oh well,
luck.
first, like, all 3 of us are fighting this bitch. All 3 of us at once. Mastermind.
You have to be
me.
able to get that done before he reaches you. So,
Well, see, that's already not fair. You said he's 10 feet away.
yes.
I should be able to go beep, beep. Is it even a
Have
button
you
at this
seen
point? Do
how
I just mentally
quickly-
do it?
Have you seen how quickly you guys move?
He's a noble.
He's not a
Like
noble.
to the extreme.
He's bigger than a no. Yeah,
He
he's
is
bigger.
much
He's
bigger
the
than a noble.
rank up. He's the rank up.
He is a right hand of Avathon.
All right, so agility
I
check
forgot
is
what I called these guys. Hold up.
agility check is double agility or just straight agility?
This is just going to be agility versus agility.
Just my base versus base.
Mhm.
All right.
And the whole time Leo's like, "Oh shit." other reasons.
Well, this isn't going to make a difference, a lick of difference, but I'm going to use my PowerPoint.
Resuming episode.
What?
Selves and.
Sorry, my phone's
Oh, wow.
coming alive.
I'm going to use 6 of my now 7 PowerPoints and to roll a 14.
You rolled a 14.
Oh, yeah.
You rolled a 35.
Okay. No,
Uh,
that wasn't even possible for me to roll that.
Ace.
yeah, you could have aced it. Which would have been crazy. I would have been like, oh, shit.
That would have been funny.
I'm trying to find these guys' names real quick. It's driving me fucking insane.
I mean, we don't need to actually know right now, do we?
No, but it's bothering me that I don't know.
Well, look it up after the stream.
Okay. So, in a moment, you see his eyes burst in blackish green fire. And the next thing you know, you're waking up in the biome. So,
You didn't even torture me.
in the biome. Minutes before.
By the way, do I have one of those things on me? Did he attach one?
Yeah.
Does that limit me physically?
It turns off your ability to release them.
I was gonna be like, is it quiet in his head?
Yeah, like, are they
it's-
shut off or?
They're still there, but you can't hear them. No. Inside the
I
biome,
like this.
the people that are with you that stepped through were the girl, her mom, the chef, a tailor, the 4 technicians that work directly under Leo. Yes. Jenkins, the moral committee leader, who was the preacher at the wedding, who is shaking and covered in blood. A woman you don't recognize, and the soldier.
Am I there yet? Or you said this moments before.
This is moments before.
Okay.
So this is before they did that.
Okay.
Annika's just still screaming into the gag, just all kinds of profanities.
As soon as the door shut, Leo cut himself free with the axe.
Well, you cut yourself free with the axe. Yeah.
Yeah, as soon
You
as they like just like swink and like, all right, like.
Yeah. So you come up and everybody starts immediately untying you, with the exception of the little girl comes over and starts helping Sylvia and Lyra, and looks Lyra in the eyes like she thinks she's really pretty. She's like, "Oh, it's a friend. I don't know any other friends. We never got to meet." She starts talking to her quietly.
I mean, before that, I would be asking Lyra, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, Lyra's fine. She's like,
Aside from the thing that was drilled into her.
yeah, there's a thing in her arm. She's like, yeah. She's still like immune to everything, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Leo's gonna drag Rourke over to a tree and just like prop him up while he's unconscious.
Annika gets untied and rips the gag out of her mouth. That motherfucker! God damn it! I knew. And she's just gonna keep, like, she'll go around and like check on everybody's wounds and stuff.
I was checking out. How's your fucking arm? Motherfucking piece of.
Yeah, pretty much. Fucking, we should have stopped them sooner. I knew I should have done something, and we were fucking around with this place, and like, you know. But
Well, I don't really know what that was about, but that didn't sit right with me.
Nope, and we got work to do.
Who was that speaking?
That was
That was
chef.
Jenkins, another chef.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was Aries.
Wait for me. And then you hear Jenkins like, "Yeah, it weren't great for me neither. I can't believe that shit just happened. I should have peed on those guys.
That would have made a mess.
Yeah, a mess of them."
You'll get your chance. It's
So I'm
not
gonna
a pretty
go.
picture.
I'm gonna check on Milo first.
He's dead.
Oh, Milo's dead. Okay.
I figured he was dead.
Yeah, I figured too.
He has, as you pull everything apart and you look, he has at least 15 stab wounds, a few bullet holes, including one in the base of his skull.
So now Annika's really cussing, like twice as fast. And she's
You
gonna
also see that Hex
check
is
on
dead.
Hex. Hex is also dead. Okay. Yep. I'm just
Hex
gonna
is
keep
dead?
moving. Yep.
That's who they tested on, huh?
I'm gonna keep moving through the bodies until I find people that I can help. And check Rurik.
Failed on purpose. Fucking dicks.
How about Rurik?
Rurik's just unconscious.
Okay. Anybody else?
They only dumped those few bodies. Caldwell's unconscious. He probably just fainted.
Yeah.
Guns! Oh!
He's a piece of shit.
Sylvia's just gonna start walking off to our little makeshift lab.
The rest
Yeah.
of the people there, the normal people who haven't been to this biome, have no idea what to do. They just sit there, sort of,
Yeah.
Probably a bit shocked.
and they've never been in here before, so they're scared to even move.
Mm-hmm. Well, Annika's gonna take charge, I guess, of like she'll kind of try to heft Caldwell, but she's still got like this bullet wound in her own shoulder, and just like, well, we need to get into the city. There's probably supplies there. Maybe we can find a hospital or somewhere I can, we need stuff to work with, and then I'm gonna break the fuck out of here and kill some motherfuckers. Will somebody help me with Caldwell?
Hey,
Oh, hey guys.
I'd help out. I'm coming. You see the chef, large burly chef, literally take Caldwell off your shoulder, picks him up, throws him over. The big question is, what do we do with the heavy one? This is not how the day was supposed to go. Man was about to be married.
Yeah, well,
It's something you just gotta get used to. I'm not even shocked anymore.
Does Jenkins have a thing on him?
No, they didn't know he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just making sure.
Well, just somebody grab Rurik, help me with him, and we'll come back for the dead later. We'll bury them here, but let's get into the city, and maybe there's something in the lab. I don't know. I need to stitch up my fucking shoulder, and
Okay.
maybe we can get in contact with.
No one.
The
We're
technicians
inside a
together try to pick up Hex and Milo, with help from the woman and the child. And the woman, the moral committee woman, she just follows.
So Annika will, like, as we're
Soldier
trudging
helps
along.
as well, as you guys start making your way back towards the city. Sylvia,
Supposed to be like,
you and Lyra arrive back at your home. Is there anything you want to do there?
I want to examine these things that they've put in us. See if there's a way that we can get it out.
Make me a technological check with intelligence.
Okay.
I was like, that's what I was gonna do as soon as everybody's done carrying bodies.
yeah. Annika will rip her fucking
Technological-
arm off as she
I
has to.
have
Where are these? Are they next?
scientific,
Or our neck,
life
yeah.
sciences expertise,
There are
mechanical
different places
engineering.
depending on you who it was. I think one's on Sylvia's wrist, one's on the back of her neck, and Leo, one's on your neck, and Annika, I think yours is on your upper left arm.
Oh, I thought it was my neck, but
Man, I don't want it on my neck.
yeah.
So wait, what am I rolling?
You're rolling intelligence and then technical expertise.
Only technical, or could I use like
Technical.
engineering or science?
Technical engineering.
Okay. Okay. Well, I don't think I have that. Rip.
Well, you can roll intelligence and glean some information about it. 10. It's not hard for you to figure out what this reminds you of and what you think this might be. This looks like a piece of the Ring of Arthenon.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
So it was an artifact we found a while back, and Caldwell has been using it to do all kinds of really cool things. It's a protean artifact. It's kind of all powerful, and clearly they stole it from Caldwell and fashioned it into these stupid devices, and we're basically fucked.
Okay, I want to try to rip it out.
The ring we know how to an extent, change. So once free fall, but I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Can I try to rip it out?
You can make a strength check.
Okay, I would like to use my strong arm. So that just strength.
Yep. Strength twice, burst of strength. As you begin trying to pull and rip it out, you feel as it starts to pry off your arm that something grips back in and feels like it's drilling deeper. As you stretch, it looks like you see some sort of ethereal tendrils ripping into your flesh and just pulling it back in.
Okay,
And
in
as
that
your strength
case.
starts to give out, it just pulls right back.
Okay, I'm gonna march myself down to the mines and go talk to a certain octopus friend.
All right, it'll take you a little while to get there. What are you doing with Lyra in the meantime?
It's just, I don't know. I'd assume that she'd be following me. I'm not really
Okay.
initiating any conversations, but if she's
Yeah.
gonna ask me questions, I'll respond.
She just follows you.
Okay.
She's like scratching at the thing on her arm, or on her neck.
Yeah.
She's scratching at the back of her neck. So, you all arrive at the hospital, which takes you a little bit of time to locate. It's on like the 5th level of the tower. And you get everybody into beds, those that are injured. And
Including myself.
and you lay some of the dead.
But like on the way back, I'll explain the biome to them so that they're kind of like, hey, you're gonna see some weird shit. This place doesn't make any sense. It's alien. It's dreamlike. There's some nightmares. It's just, but you're safe. Let's just stick together and don't touch the wildlife. Shit like
Or
that.
kick it. Feel free to punt the wildlife,
Yeah.
Works
but
for
not the
me.
giraffes.
Me as
Avoid
well.
the giraffes.
Although, if the wildlife's dangerous, I feel like we should set up some sort of perimeter. Says the
It-
soldier.
It's not really that dangerous. It's more just annoying. But, I mean, yeah, it wouldn't hurt to keep watch.
I'll do that. I'm useless in here.
Thanks.
The danger zone.
It takes you guys a while to stitch each other up, but I'm just going to let it happen. Anybody that's currently wounded can get themselves back on the mend, but you don't have any of your technology, so you're literally just going to have to heal at the normal rate.
Yeah. I mean, I took a bullet through like the back of the shoulder, right? So somebody else is gonna have to do that for me. And but I assume the hospital has like supplies and stuff.
This
like-
hospital is fully decked out, so you can literally just use the whatever it's called. Basically, it's automated to remove bullets.
Boy, I wish I had left my supplies in the biome. Basically, everything that was on my person is completely gone now, including the coal.
At least I locked my shit inside the ship.
Mine's just gonna be shut in my room, under the bed maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck. Some stuff would have been really useful in here too. Yeah, so I guess while whoever's working on my shoulder is doing whatever they're doing. Can I tell, like, do I still feel like what Sylvia did the last time I was with her kind of like contained, you know, my issues? Is that still kind of in place?
You don't feel anything.
Okay, perfect.
Except for a lot of pain in your shoulder.
Right. And Anika's mind is definitely racing and she's kind of rambling a bit, but there's, you know, we'll set up a rotation. He can take watch now, and then, you know, but we need to find Sly and Rurik. I don't know how they got separated. I don't know what.
Rurik's there with you guys. Good.
Right. But it's like, that's weird. He was kind of doing his own thing further down in the biome, and like, why was he collected as part of this? So, I don't know. She's just talking strategy, like, and then maybe Jenkins can get us out of here, and we can
She
get the
keeps
ship back.
rambling. A lot of people are just sitting there with their heads hung. Leo, I assume you look at the device, which you can't.
Yeah, Leo's doing like this and it's just like, Jenkins, somebody, I don't care. Someone's got to tell me what this thing is. I can't see it.
So you find a mirror, hold it up to yourself.
Well, yeah, but
observe
it's
it.
still easier if someone else can like
Right.
give more detail to you.
Yeah, and they describe it to you, make an intelligence and technology. Which I imagine you'll succeed, but
Maybe this is still gonna be rough. Let's see, technical engineering or scientific expertise.
technical engineering.
I guess it doesn't really matter. I have D6 for both of them.
Yeah.
Well, I have fabricate device.
That's not what that won't work for this.
Okay. I was like, I didn't know if that would apply.
If you have like a more advanced scientific expertise, maybe, but
Intuition's the only other thing I have, but that's perception. That's not
yeah.
an 11.
Yeah, you know this is definitely part of the Ring of Arthenon.
Does it have any markings to it, or is it just like obviously part of the ring?
Whatever markings it had on it before seem to have been removed.
Great.
There is a marking on it that you can't read. And as you look around at each of the other ones, they all have the same marking. Like somebody replaced what runes were on it with something new.
Does it look like the same language, or does it just look like
It looks like the same
a
language.
marking?
But I don't believe you mastered the language.
I didn't, but that's because we kind of got away from chances to learn it.
Yeah.
Because I knew there's only one word I can think of that would relate to this, and I actually knew that one, so I'm kind of like,
What word was it?
Shit, I'd have to look for it. But I knew the one to put the ring on top, like that we did to myself, right, to isolate my brain.
Yeah, isolation. That was a
Yeah.
3-part word make.
And this is just a one word.
This
I'd
is
have
a
to look.
one
I'll
symbol.
look for my list, see if I can
It's a
find it.
complex symbol. Looks a lot more complex than the other words in the language. but
Gotcha.
You can tell by the way that it's structured. It's definitely similar.
Great. And I'm just being like, I don't really want to try and cut this thing off. Like, still holding the axe, just kind of playing with it. Like, it seems like a bad idea.
So, you guys spend a while taking care of that. Sylvia spends a little
Oh,
while walking.
Annika
over.
kind of looks up at one point, though, like during her strategizing, I guess, or just sorting out her thoughts, and then she's like, he said they were going to take the ship to Gaia. We haven't even cleared out this motherfucker yet. Like, how fucking stupid are, and she's going to, like,
I mean, it gets
break
better
something.
that they won't be able to actually get it to Gaia, so that's fine.
Not yet, anyways.
I mean, we don't,
You guys realize we made the contract with the Primordial, not them. They can't keep the power source locked up because we're the ones that he made the deal with.
like, how sure of that are you? I mean, does the Primordial know that? Like,
Rurik starts to wake up while you guys are having this conversation, and just responds straight into the conversation. He's like, "What were the specifics of the deal you made?"
I'd have to do a recall for that. I don't remember exactly what.
I don't remember making a deal at all. So.
Well, we did because we played
I
the
know
game.
I know we did, but I don't remember any.
I
of
think
it,
the base
so-
deal was this: that she was gonna power the ship.
Yeah, like I don't.
But for us, like that was we wanted a power source to power the ship.
Yeah, but who's
I don't
we?
believe we walked in there with any specification on who it was that was supposed to be in control, though. We is a very wiggly thing.
Timey-wimey.
Obviously.
So if there's nobles on this thing hiding out somewhere, they're taking them straight to Gaia, and they're colossal fucking idiots. I should have.
Why would you think there? Oh, I guess you think there's nobles because of Yankafoot.
Well, then we haven't cleared out the ship. We don't know. Like we have no idea what's on this ship, but we already found one noble.
Rorik, where'd they get these? I'm just gonna hold up the axe, like.
Well, I did mention that we have a very extensive weapon base. And I did say that was a good place to start trying to work towards. Perhaps they had their own group that was working towards it while we weren't looking. If they
I know
have
where I'm
access
going when
to
I
that,
get back.
then that's... Well... If they get that all up and running quickly enough, then they'll have more than just those weapons. They'll have spacecraft. Smaller than these, but capable.
Right. We need a way out.
Aye.
Actually, we need to make time 1-to-1.
Oh. I guess we should head down to the
Or faster.
Yeah, as I said,
Wait, does
no,
he even know how to do that?
we want to slow time down.
I don't know. I mean, I know the time is wrong. I know that we've manipulated it. I don't know how you did it.
Well,
Anyways.
hang on. If we spend 3 hours in here thinking, planning, organizing, it's only been 1 minute out there. That means they haven't accomplished anything.
Right. For now, it's fine. But it also takes us 3 hours to get something. Well, that might not be bad.
We can get a lot more done than they can. That's good, right? Across the board, always.
Mm-hmm. That's why I
Right.
did this.
Either way, we still need
until
a
we
way
start
out.
running
And
out
I
of-
want this thing at least turned off if we can't get it off my neck.
Annika's gonna start playing with hers, like if it's around her arm, I guess. Just
Yeah, you
Pulling
can't really
at it.
do anything with it. It's melted on there. So, while you guys are doing all this, Sylvia's making her way down to the caves. A body that nobody's aware of gets dumped into the biome. body belonging to Max. Sometime after that, Sly, you get dumped in. They dumped him in with his stuff to hold him down. But this is a few hours after you all were locked in here. Sylvia, you approach the large underground lake. It's formed as a sphere. Inside, you see the octomods glowing and moving around fluidly in the water.
I don't remember what I named them.
Charlie.
Or it.
Charles.
Charles.
Charles. Charles, we need your assistance.
One of the glowing octomods approaches. And floats near the edge of the water. How may I assist you, madam?
We were assaulted outside of the biome and affixed with these devices. Could you possibly disable them or despawn them or something to get them non-functional?
I will have to observe them and make inquiries as
Okay.
to their nature before I can do or even answer that question. But
Okay.
I will do what I can, ma'am.
That is top priority.
Okay.
Are we able to leave the biome? Did they like walk it?
That's... You
We haven't
guys
tried yet, but
haven't
they,
tried.
they mentioned sealing it, so.
Okay, well, I'm not asking them. They insinuated that they would be sealing off the biome,
That is correct, madam.
so we cannot leave.
The biome is currently sealed and is beyond my control as a moderator.
Do you know any way that we could reopen it? Gain access to outside?
I do not know, madam. Currently, I am no longer in control of most of the functions of the biome.
Is time still flowing at the same rate it was previously?
It is slowing down.
Okay.
Currently, we are close to 1-to-1.
Okay.
At
So you
the
need to
current
observe.
rate of progression, within the next day, we will probably be moving at the same speed before on the opposite side of the spectrum.
So you're hypothesizing that we're going to keep slowing down until time here is moving slower than outside?
That is correct.
Is that a hypothesis, or can you tell for sure?
That is the current trend.
Okay.
I can try to focus my energies on combating this, if you would like. But we may not be useful for much else.
Time and these devices are our top two priorities. The device is probably, in my opinion, more important.
It is up to you
So-
where you would like me to put my focus. I may slow time, or I may try to keep time as is, combat the change. Or I can focus on trying to solve that problem. I do not believe that we are capable of doing both effectively.
Okay. Do you need to stay here in the water, or can you come out with me?
I am capable of allowing another species to take on the consciousness of one of my brethren. But since I have been designated as the head, I cannot leave.
Okay. Could you summon one of the other?
Designate
Creature.
species to gain intelligence.
Do we want to do the bear? I'm having trouble thinking of anything else. And we already have the bear, like, with us and trained and shit.
I mean, I know what you could give it to, but I'm not there.
Well, I'm asking because, like, I'm having trouble remembering all the species.
Give it to the bat. No, give it to the bat.
The bat?
Bat?
Yeah.
I don't remember a bat.
It's the one that attacks Sly's face.
Oh, the owl bat thing.
Yeah, and then Sly threw its head in one direction and its body another direction.
I don't know if Sylvia saw that.
Yeah, I don't think she was there for that.
Okay, so yeah, I guess the best thing she would have is a bear. Alright, she tells him the bear.
Okay.
Whatever the fuck his name was.
Designated. Whoopie the Whippy. The Mimi Bear
Alright, well that's great.
shall be designated as land moderator.
Okay, I think that's all I have for right now.
Shall I
Okay.
focus energies on slowing the digression of time?
I'd like to talk it over with the others. Could you focus on these devices until
I would need someone
we
to.
talk?
I would need to have a device present.
Wait, who all has them?
All of
all
us?
you guys. And
Who
Caldwell.
have
Anybody that's not us?
Mm-mm. Well, technically Caldwell, but he's still one of us.
I'm just wondering, like, who do we sacrifice to sit out for this?
No, it's really
if he's
just
gonna
it's
be
really
done.
just you guys, Rook, and
Okay.
Caldwell. And then the dead bodies, of course. Pretty easy choice there, actually.
I was like, if
I mean,
Hex
if
has
it-
one.
Yeah,
X
if
has
a dead body has one, then
X has
absolutely.
one, Milo does not.
Okay.
I got it. We put
Text him.
Milo's body.
So you'd have to bring the body there, though. Like,
Yeah, okay. Okay, well, in that case, I just say, fine. Put me on Lyra with the others, and we will bring you one of the devices.
currently, that option is not available to me.
Okay, great. It'll take longer, but that's the plan.
In the meantime, would you like me to focus on this preventing the digressionation of time?
If you can't do
Degradation?
anything else, then yes.
Okay. Currently, they're doing pretty good. So.
Okay.
So,
Yes, I-
you head back to the rest of the group.
Yep.
Takes you a little while.
Walk as fast as
In the
my
meantime,
little legs.
Sly, you wake up to something sniffing your face.
Weep, weep.
Hello.
I look, what is it?
I am Whippy.
Whippy! You have intelligence now.
I have been designated as moderator bear.
Is Whippy Batman?
He's a bear.
Did he gain intelligence and watch the movie in his head?
He's a bear. Talks in a bear voice.
Okay.
Good.
Bears and bats sound alike.
I guess I just haven't met that many bears in my life, you know.
I used to talk like this, but now he's smart. So he
Good
talks
for you, Whippy. Good for you. Promotion. I like it. I like it. Yeah. So what's going on?
We have much to talk about.
Yeah, that's why I asked what's going on. Let's talk.
Okay. We're gonna end our session.